Right now I have with me Jeff Silverstein, who was the communications director for Doug Ford when he ran for mayor last time round. I know that you've been in communication with him. You're not on his campaign this time, but let's talk a little bit about the message of Doug Ford. Certainly, you don't need to train him at all when it comes to sound bites and getting, media savvy sound bites out there. But did you ever have to kind of rein him in when he was a municipal candidate?
I think, the strength of Doug is that he connects with people, and you don't want to change that. So there wasn't a lot of reining in. It was really letting Doug be Doug, but obviously staying on message was the key. And I think that's one of the things he's done in this campaign. He's been very, very targeted in his messaging. He's talked about taxes, about saving taxpayers money, and he's done that quite effectively.
What about some of the other candidates? Do you think that their messaging has been effective? And if you had to give any pointers to Caroline Mulrooney or Christine Elliott or Tanya Granick-Allen, what would you say to that?
I think Tanya was a surprise in this campaign. She was strong.
A lot of people didn't know her name to begin with.
Well, exactly.
Right?
She was unknown from Dornoch, Ontario. We all know, I think, where Dornoch, Ontario is. I think that Caroline was a bit slow out the gate, but she did come on strong in the last week. At times, she looked like she wasn't as familiar with some of the issues during the debates, and I think that that Christine has been steady and solid. She didn't really grab the moderate middle ground as early on as people thought she would. She got pulled along on the carbon tax issue and other issues, social conservative issues, that I think took people by surprise. But
you mentioned the debates. How big of a factor do you think performance in those two debates were?
I think they were important because there were only two of them, and we had such a compressed period of time. So they were actually quite critical, those two debates.
Okay, what do you think is going to play out here today? Because obviously, yesterday we saw that this might, at CP24 we were scrambling trying to figure out, is this actually going to happen today because of that injunction? How do you think this is going to play out? And do you think that there will be any more drama because of people not being able to vote and not getting the registration or their pins, etc.?
I think the drama is behind us. I think all of the candidates are going to put that behind them. I think that you'll see...
Is that a guarantee?
It's not a guarantee, but I think you're going to see an attempt at unifying the party. I think it's going to be incredibly close. These second ballots are going to be hugely important. You've got 124 ridings. Each one of them is worth 100 points. So the smallest riding in Northern Ontario is worth as much as a downtown riding. So that's why you've seen all these candidates traveling across the province, and it's going to come down to the wire. There's no question about it.
And then, once today is over, there's a new leader. What's kind of the next step to move forward and get past this, move into general?
Well, there are ads to start creating to go after the Liberal Party, but it's bringing the party together. It's developing a solid platform and preparing for a real campaign.
Okay, Jeff Silverstein, sir.